It's now time to catch you up on the race around the world ahead of tomorrow night's brand new episode. So in this episode, we see the teams compete in part 2 of the Vietnam mega leg, which has been really exciting.
And they're all exhausted.
They're all exhausted, and I can only imagine I would be so mad if I had just got done competing and then I had to keep going. So the first thing we see is this detour called Stand or Deliver, where the teams are challenged to either kind of help with a fish stand, I
set
guess,
up a
if
fish
you will.
stand, yeah.
Yeah, like a little market, or you have to deliver mattresses from a truck into a hotel in Vietnam. So the stand is what we see a lot of the teams do. And the thing is, this didn't look hard per se, but if you were kind of like freaked out by slimy, kind of squirmy things, which is what a lot of the teams were, this would be a difficult challenge.
Because they were like all alive.
They were all alive, and there was a lot of fish to carry.
The eels would have gotten me. I don't, because I don't like snakes, and I don't know if I could handle like picking up the eels.
No, I don't know either. And the thing I love about these kind of challenges is like details matter, right? So we see I forget all their names right now, but the father-daughter duo, we see them like they finish so fast and then they don't get a check. And they're like, what is going on? And it's because you had to put those big eels in that tub in the front.
And it was off in the front on the floor.
Yes, and so that's what, like, one thing about the music is details really do matter, and you have to pay attention to everything.
Yes, they do.
Now, in the other side of it, we have deliver. Like I said, they were delivering mattresses. What's funny about this is every team that did its tactic was different. And I thought that was really interesting. Like, at first, everyone's like, oh, we're going to carry, because they had to carry 4 mattresses from the truck to the hotel. Everyone's like, oh, we're just going to carry 4 at one time. And then once they started doing it, they're like, just kidding.
Because they said each mattress was 66 pounds? 60 something.
I mean, no, like, you know, no easy feat by any means.
Right.
So, but it was funny because most teams end up doing 1. But then we see, which I thought was interesting, we see the engaged couple, they carry 2 the first time, and then they're like, nope, that was too much. We're going to do 1 and then 1 again. But then the brothers, Liam and Jeremy, I think they did 2 and then 2, right?
Yeah, they did 2 and 2 because they were in the back. They would have been eliminated last time if it wasn't for this mega leg. So they were like, we've got to make up for time. Yeah,
which honestly I think may have been one of the most interesting things about this episode is that the what's the word I'm looking for here? Like the placements just kept changing the entire episode. Like nothing really
was ever
stayed the same. And you really had no idea who was going to win, who was going to go home, because everything just seemed so close the entire
Constantly
time.
shifting.
Yes. So then after that, they have this like cool little part where they go to this like temple of sorts that's kind of like a Vietnam tradition, kind of sacred place, if you will. And they go and make a wish. And it was really funny because like some people were super cheesy and did the like, oh, we're going to get first place, or we want to win the $1 million. But then some people were like, we just want to be happy, or like we just want to enjoy the rest of this experience.
Well, and if I remember right, the Beard Brothers, they were like, we want to make sure, we wish that our family was doing okay while we're gone.
Which was an emotional moment because then they also revealed that their wives and children had written them letters from home.
Snuck
so they
them in
decide
there
to read them, and they're like bawling, which is funny to see these like big burly men just like, you know, crying their eyes out. But anyway, very sweet moment. Loved that. Would love to go to Vietnam and do that myself.
It looks like really cool.
So then we see the teams have to complete in the roadblock matching tiles just ahead of the pit stop. And here's the thing. This was quite literally the great equalizer. Because those first few teams that were leading the pack the entire episode, they all fell down. I mean, like, this was insane. So you had to take, you'll see on the screen, there's like these little maroonish tiles that were all laid across the walls in this like kind of temple space. And you had a little paper of a match, and you had to find it in this huge, massive...
There were probably thousands of tiles.
this just massive courtyard, and that was all you had to do, which seems simple until you realize how detailed it is.
Like, some of them had multiple horns, some of them were turned a different way. And I wondered originally, because they almost all, just seeing on screen, they all look the same. But then, as they found out, they're different.
Yeah, and the reason I say it's the great equalizer is it's kind of funny because you see these teams that were in the lead, they fall down, and you see these teams that were kind of more behind get there and figure it out really fast. So, but really, like, I kind of think it was just luck because there was really no like good strategy to figure it out.
You could have started right next to yours. You could have started on the opposite side from where your tile actually was. And what's funny is, like, a couple teams thought they found it right off the bat. And it's like,
I know. They're like, check.
Right.
And like, my favorite thing is the guy comes up, he's like, no. And that was just so funny. Like, he was so delayed in his reaction. Now, the other interesting thing about this, as we tease, is the placements just kept changing. So when we get to the pit stop, we see a new team emerge to the top. You have the girl best friends, the ones on the far right on your screen, I think. I don't remember their names, but they were kind of a little
standoffish,
sketchy, if you will, a little standoffish, a little catty about it.
They seem like it still, from what we can see.
I know, and the teaser for next week, it looks like it just keeps going.
Yeah.
So, and then unfortunately, Jocelyn and Victor are the last team to arrive to the pit stop. So they're eliminated from this episode. You'll see them here on screen. I'm actually really sad to see this team go. There's a lot of teams I would have preferred to see go, if I'm being super honest. They were just super fun. They had such a good kind of like aura and energy about the entire thing.
And even when they were like in last, they were like, we're going to finish. We're going to show our daughters just to push through and finish.
Yes, I loved that part. Now, also, I got the chance to interview Jocelyn and Victor, so we'll be showing that in the next segment here on Ozarks Live, but super exciting stuff. Okay, well, as always, a brand new episode of The Amazing Race tomorrow night, Wednesday, right here on CBS or Paramount Plus. Don't miss it.